So tertiary level education, re-educate and getting people educated to a higher level is incredibly important to my government. It's about what is going to allow St. Lucia to succeed, but it has to be in as many areas as possible. So it can't just be in doctors and lawyers, but in making us successful throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia.
The question is about the jobs.
In terms of creating jobs, it's about the ability to create jobs, and I pride myself. The fact is that that's what I've done my whole life. Every time, from the time of 15, from the age of 15, I've been working. I became director. I became an economist in St. Lucia, and I was very proud of the time and what we were able to achieve there. I then went to work in Washington, D.C. with ESIPs to try to get businesses to open up factories in St. Lucia. I then became the head of marketing and sales for Windjammer Landing. I did that for a couple of years, and I became the director of tourism when I was 31. So I'm the one who brought Sandals to St. Lucia, and I was very proud of the fact that Sandals built more hotels outside of Jamaica in St. Lucia than any other place in the Caribbean. And I still believe that we have an opportunity to expand. I've been able to invest in my own hotel here in St. Lucia. I worked with Air Jamaica, where we went from 7 planes to 22 planes. We went from 6 destinations to 23 destinations. So I have that experience in terms of being able to build successful organizations. And that's what we want to do. You know, at United Workers' Party, when Sir John left in 1996, there was no succession planning. And so it was about rebuilding an organization. And in 3 short years, we've been able to transform United Workers' Party. We have monthly executive meetings. Our membership is up. Participation is up. We're doing fundraising on a monthly basis. And that people now understand what the vision, the mission, and the values of the party are. And it's a very clear focus. That's the same experience I want to be able to bring to St. Lucia. So you cannot create jobs unless you put the organizational structure in place to be able to create those jobs. And you must understand some basic fundamentals. Government cannot use taxpayers' money to be able to pay for jobs. Government's job is to create an environment to allow jobs to be created that are paying taxes. And what you must understand is that government must have the attitude that it must earn revenue and not expect it. And the difference between the two is, if in fact you see the amount of money that people are paying in taxes reduces, then you must question the policies that you have, and you must say that something is constraining the growth of the economy. And so the worst thing to do is to actually add more taxes onto it. What you must do is find out where the blockages are, what's not allowing the economy to be competitive, what's not allowing the economy to be able to grow, and change those policies. And so that government is earning a little quas on every dollar that's spent. So consumption is the critical issue. Put more money in the hands of the people, allow them to make their discretionary decisions. Allow people to not depend on politicians or political parties, but to be able to depend on themselves. And it's that level of independence that's going to make the fundamental difference. So critically to that is we all recognize that we need to be able to bring foreign direct investment, new money coming into St. Lucia to invest in manufacturing, invest in housing, to invest in the hotel sector, to invest in all those things to allow the economy to grow. But right now, we must figure out where does the best opportunity exist to sell to foreigners, to say, here is an area you can come in which we know you can make money. And what I keep on trying to say to fellow St. Lucians is somebody building a hotel in St. Lucia, it belongs to St. Lucia. Doesn't matter how much a hotelier pays for it, you could never put it on his back and carry it away. So we should be encouraging people to invest in our country. They can't take that asset away. The vast majority of people who are going to work in that hotel are going to come from St. Lucia. That investor is making a long-term commitment to our country. But what we want to do is be able to bring them in. The second thing is what I've been trying to explain is that the impact of the investment is not in the construction. The impact of the investment is having that room to sell. If you don't have a room to sell, a foreigner cannot come in, a guest cannot come in, and if a guest doesn't come in, he doesn't or she doesn't bring money. It's that money that every single week that the tourists bring to our doorstep that they have here to spend, that is the opportunity. And it's for us now to figure out how to get them to spend the money, whether it's on attractions, restaurants, food, buying homes, buying time sharing, buying art. All those are the things that are available to us to make it happen. So when I see the Minister of Tourism who comes from Choiseul lamenting about what's taking place on the market, what has he done for the last 4 years to rectify that situation? We actually have a plan for that. We want to create a franchise system which will allow vendors to be able to specialize in areas of whether it's woodcraft, whether it's clay products, whether it's in terms of batik, but we need more products that are made from St. Lucians. And we must make them to a standard, and we must train our vendors how to be better salespersons. Because a vendor is not an artisan, a vendor is a salesperson. What we need to do is to encourage more artisans and create a platform for them. So a great example for St. Lucians to see is Baron Foods. Baron Foods has now created this hot sauce. It's a world-class hot sauce. And you go and every single vendor is selling Baron's food. What we need to do is to find more things like Baron's food in the area of guava, in the area of woodcraft, in the area of batik. And so that is what our government will be working on, is creating a franchise system that looks at the artisan and looks at the vendors as salespeople and creating an environment they can. Everybody walks into the Castries market. Doesn't matter how gifted you are in understanding marketing, everybody understands one thing. How are they going to succeed when everybody is selling the same thing? And the experience that you're having in the market is not good. Doesn't represent being the best. So these are some of the things that we're going to focus on. Solving the job problem in this country is more than just saying jobs, jobs, jobs. And the other thing is, as we're going to continue to articulate, it's not about just getting a job. It's being able to have a job that you can build a career on. A job must be able to allow you to build a home. A job must be able to allow you to have a family. A job must be able to give you the funds to be able to send those kids to school. It must be able to generate the monies to be able to pay for health care. It must be able to generate enough money for you to vacation and then to enjoy life. So it's not about just a job. It's about building a career. So I thank all of you for participating with me today. I so much look forward to doing this on a weekly basis, on a regular basis. And please, if you didn't get a chance to send those questions in, we are going to make this site much more accessible to people in the future. So don't be frustrated. We're not trying to block you out. We want to be able to hear all the questions and be able, I can answer, and that we can get to know each other better. So thank you very much for the opportunity.